Welcome everybody to season 2 of Show Em The Dore, episode 1. The only podcast where we can miss 15 games of basketball and not miss a single beat.
Yeah.
I am one of your hosts, the Christopher Conway, along with Willem. And today...
I don't get a last name.
No, he doesn't have one, actually.
It's a mononym.
It's just Willem on his birth certificate.
Just Willem. All lowercase. That's all.
And we're really excited for a second season of Show Em The Dore. We love making this content. I was distraught not being able to come into the studio every Thursday. Yeah, I cried every single Thursday.
He tried to walk here from Knoxville. He was like...
I made it all the way to Gallatin once, and then I got returned.
It's like, somebody pick him up.
I was trudging through the snow.
I'm still getting notifications.
And... This is an interesting start of the podcast because we have a bit of a plug read.
Yeah, it's weird.
We have
things to say to you.
We have actual things. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Have you ever thought to yourself, I would like to be a professional athlete on a national champion team?
Yeah, I have.
I have too. I am right now.
I am thinking about it as
actively.
Well, lucky for you guys in Nashville, there is an Australian Rules Football League, or AFL, and it's the greatest game you've never heard of until now.
True.
The Nashville Kangaroos are Nashville's premier AFL club and a founding member of the United States AFL. The Kangaroos are now celebrating their 25th season and are coming off a natty winning season in 2021. AFL or footy is played with 18 players on an oval field. The ball is moved by the hands or feet. It's sort of like rugby, I've heard. Pads are not worn, but tackling is only between the knees and shoulders. Interested in getting involved? Great. The Roos are looking for new players, and don't worry, they'll teach you how to play. Before they start training in March, they're getting together on Saturday, January 29th at the Red Door Saloon in Midtown, starting at 4 p.m. to celebrate Australia Day. So bring some friends, come join them. To reach them, contact them, reach out on Facebook or Instagram at Nashville Kangaroos, just one word, Nashville Kangaroos, or on their website, www.nashvillekangaroos.org. Cheers, guys.
I'm looking them up on...
Yeah, so...
Because I haven't.
We're hopefully... They're cool guys, I've heard. So go support the Roos, I suppose. It's always good to get different Nashville sports team support. And so I think that's going to be an overall good thing. If anybody wants to join that watches the podcast, they're looking for players. So it'll be overall a good thing to support.
I'm going to join this and be a
Willem's about to become a professional athlete.
I'm going to be a pro athlete, win the national championship, be the player of the year. Yeah. And I'm going to come back and just be absolutely incredible.
So how the podcast is going to work today, as we start to kind of get back into the groove, is we have missed 8 men's basketball games and how many women's?
A lot.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as well, so which makes
16. Yeah. So we're gonna kind of blitz through them and
speed run.
We're gonna talk about some of the more important ones, a little bit more in depth, and then we're gonna do that with the men's first, and we're gonna go to the women's, kind of like a normal podcast episode. And then, we'll have our kind of always how we get sidetracked in between. It'll be a good episode, I think. So do you have anything to say before we start getting into men's basketball?
Sorry. So we posted on Instagram for Christmas, and it was great. We got responses from some athletes on some of their favorite holiday movies and holiday songs, and I want to go out here and say that I think The Polar Express is not a good movie, and that's that. And if you said Polar Express as your favorite movie, I'm here to tell you you're wrong, and you can rethink your actions.
And you're not welcome on the podcast.
Well,
one other important event that happened previous to coming to Vanderbilt is one of the premier brands of Vanderbilt sports resides in a player known as Enrique Bradfield Jr. And so he posted on Instagram that was like, yo, I'm trying to sell this glove. I'm going to sign it, reaching out with your best offer. And Willem offered $65. And like, I was at the lake at the time, and so I had terrible service. I'm like, Willem, do not do that.
I was wondering why things didn't go. I thought you were like driving here or something.
No, I was sitting here. I literally had a place with no service. I'm like, Willem, don't send that. Willem, do not send that. And when it finally went through, you were like, oh, already did. And I'm like, well.
He's telling the story like I'm an absolute fool.
You are an absolute fool.
I'm only a marginal fool.
No, you are an absolute fool.
In terms of fools, there are fools, absolute fools.
And Willem.
I'm here. I'm darn close. What had happened? That's I won't even explain myself.
Taking an L now.
I'll take two of those L's.
So
now into men's basketball.
Yeah, men's basketball.
So, spoiler alert! I didn't get the glove.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
He wants a lot more money than that.
$600,
but
that'd be draining my bank account.
Yeah, he said like $450.
I thought he said he bought it for $450, and it's in good condition. He's signing it, so he wants more for it.
Yeah, and by that I thought he meant he bought it for $450. Now it's used. He signed it, so it's gonna be a little above $400. I thought he wanted $450.
I thought it was gonna be like $600.
$600, which is 10
He
times as much.
The business aspect. Anyway,
so I didn't get it, but we've talked to him.
Yeah, he is soft committed to coming on the pod.
Yeah, obviously, as a baseball player in such a prestigious program, he doesn't have a lot of free time. Prestigious?
Yeah. Did you really say prestigious?
Yes. Is that wrong?
Yes.
In terms of fools, here's me. So after the season, or maybe next year in the fall, we have something to look forward to there. And that's going to sound so bad
It'll be fine.
when we hear it. Dang it, Chris.
I'm the one who does the editing. What do you care?
Got me there. So maybe we're going to get him on the podcast. And he was the very first person we thought when we made this
Well, he's
podcast.
our collective favorite player of all of Vanderbilt sports. I mean, he's mine. Is he your favorite player?
Not anymore.
Who is?
Cheeseman.
That's fair.
Kendall.
Okay, our favorite male. Anyway, so men's basketball real quick. Not real quick. It's probably going to be like a good part
of the plot. 15 years.
Anyway,
buckle up, kids.
We have 8 games. I'm not going to go in depth into many of the games.
Speed run.
It'd be a 3-hour-long podcast, and that will not be very fun for us or you. I get tired after the 50-minute ones. You see me in some of the early podcasts. I'm like
exhausted. We're walking home. I'm like, man.
I'm sitting. Yeah, we walk back in silence. So we played Austin P, and we beat the heck out of them because it's Austin P against a Power 5 opponent.
Listen, man. When I first moved to the South, right? I lived in Clarksville, Tennessee, which is home to the Austin P Governors. I was like, Austin. That's a weird name. Is it Pay? And people are like, no, it's P. And I'm like, gosh dang it. So I just want to hate on them for a second because I know people that go there. Y'all suck.
I know one. I know
a good 5.
I know
y'all
one person.
Suck.
You're all garbage.
Every single one of you. Except Dylan. I don't know if you go there, Dylan, but if you're watching, I like you. The rest of them, nah. This is personal, Chris.
Willem has strong opinions about Austin P. We just beat
They're the Governors.
I know they're the
What do they govern? L's. No way you just said that. So we beat them how much?
We beat them by 16 points. No, I'm sorry. We beat them by 26 points. So then we went to the Hawaii tournament. What is it called?
Invitational.
The Hawaii Invitational, where there were 4 teams. It was Stanford, Hawaii, BYU, and Vanderbilt. How they selected those teams, I have no idea.
Well, Hawaii hosts it, and then they select people just
but
randomly. How? They have certain people that they bring back all the time. They just go. It's like any invitational.
I don't know how
it's the same, like maybe 30-ish teams. They just cycle through.
Oh, okay.
We've been in the Maui.
We took a dub. We beat
the whole tournament.
Yeah, we won the whole.
We won the whole thing.
We beat Hawaii in the first round
they suck.
by 14.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went and we beat BYU by 2.
Because they suck.
They were a quadrant 1 win, I think, probably. Yeah.
They are, yeah. They received the second most votes of anybody unranked.
Well, cool. We beat them, and then we were then BYU had to play Stanford to go see who played us in the championship, And then that game got canceled because Stanford people got COVID because they're bums.
No, Stanford won that game because they were going to be in the championship. Because if it was the BYU-Stanford game that got canceled, BYU would have played us again. Stanford made it to the championship, and it was us against Stanford, and they canceled it the day of the game.
I thought I was watching like what led up to the game. And I remember they canceled. You're right. I'm sorry.
That stuff does suck.
Yeah.
And you see them warming up, and then they just go home.
Yeah, I was like,
well,
man,
we've canceled the game.
Yeah.
They did that at the last year at the Gonzaga versus Baylor game. And I was
But who got a trophy? We did.
what?
Oh,
Look at that!
It's a dub.
Oh my gosh!
And so after that, we got into SEC play. We started off against Arkansas at Bud Walton Arena, where we have won all of like one time before.
Ever.
Yeah, it was. Everyone was like, "Oh, good things happened at Bud Walton for Vanderbilt." But you know what? We took another dub. That's 2 in a row. Actually, it's technically 4 in a row. But that's not the point.
Besides one, so we started out the SEC with a clean W,
and it was like against like a team that we weren't expected to beat.
Arkansas is a solid team.
Arkansas, good.
Yeah.
Well, they're okay. They're not
it's like Kansas and Arkansas.
It's our
Kansas.
Kansas.
It's the communist Kansas.
Yeah. Imagine
There's Kansas, our Kansas.
There's the Russian Kansas. So yeah, we beat them by 1. It was great.
Yeah.
People were hype about it.
I'm hype. I'm still hype.
And then after that, we played South Carolina, and I watched the entirety of this game, and I was mad. I was mad because we outplayed South Carolina.
And they're not a good team.
We were a better team the entire day than South Carolina. But like we were making dumb mistakes. Rodney Chapman was kind of hurt in between during the game and stuff. Miles Studi was going crazy with like 19 points. Man hit the first like 4 threes he shot.
Man's insane.
It was ridiculous. Man was
Good
going
job,
crazy. To get him on the pod. And then so what happened was it was 70-70, and South Carolina made an amazing shot, and then they went up 72-70. And we took 2 consecutive timeouts with like 7 seconds left. And you're thinking to yourself, like, wow, it's probably a lot of time.
They're really drawing up
they're drawing it up. They needed more time. They took a second timeout. And you know what happened? We tossed it inbounds to Scottie Pippen Jr. off the baseline, who nobody was on like the front court except Scottie Pippen Jr. and the guy who threw the ball. And he didn't pass it. He like ran up the court and was like trying to cross dude up who was face guarding him. And then by the time he actually got to the like anywhere reasonable to take a shot, there was like 0.2 seconds left, and he like just kind of threw it or something like that. We didn't get a shot off after 2 consecutive timeouts. To me, that's a coaching issue, and I'm like, I don't understand how Stat can take 2 timeouts and not get a shot off. I also don't understand why he didn't advance the ball. That's something I don't understand.
Well, he took the first timeout to drop the play. And I didn't see this, but I imagine they couldn't inbound the ball, so they had to take the second timeout.
No, they took it before like they even set up. Like they knew they were taking 2.
No way.
Yeah.
See, in that situation, there are 2 possibilities. It's either a coaching issue or it is like a player execution issue. My thought, knowing Stack and the team, respectfully, I thought it was an execution issue. So we had to take more timeouts and then couldn't get it done. No. We took 2 timeouts to end the game with 7 seconds left and then didn't get anything even sort of done.
I mean, I haven't like interviewed them about it, but to the average fan, it looked. I don't understand why we don't advance. You can advance the ball to half court off a timeout, can't you?
Mm-hmm. He's got to get it up.
Okay. I don't understand. If we were going to take a second timeout, which we obviously were.
Yeah, take this like a seconder off the clock to get it up there.
Yeah, and then drop the play.
half court set, drop a half court play, get something done.
It was ridiculous.
Don't take 2 timeouts to do nothing.
And so they won that game. It wasn't tough. It wasn't very fun.
But it's okay.
Studi was going crazy. So was
Studi.
Pippen actually, he wasn't doing all that great in terms of actually, like, that man was missing like almost every single shot that he took. He got a majority of his points off free throws in the second half because he was just getting to the rim and getting fouled.
He's good at that.
But yeah.
Miles was on though.
But Miles was on.
Our intelligence tells
He
us
was
that
going
he likes Drake.
crazy. Yeah, sources tell
SETD that he likes Drake.
he does. He's a Drake fanatic. Then we played Kentucky.
I don't know about fanatic, but
Yeah, we played Kentucky, and Kentucky was a much more entertaining game than the final score plays out to be.
I watched it and ate an entire pineapple. You were on the phone with me.
I didn't know you were eating a pineapple.
No, you were like, "Are you drinking water?" And I'm like, "No, I'm eating a pineapple." It was you.
I didn't. I remember that, but like I didn't expect it to be like a whole pineapple. I was like pineapple chunks and like a. You were eating a whole pineapple?
Well, it was the equivalent of it. It was a jar.
So it was.
It didn't have the skin around it, but it was a whole inside of a pineapple. I ate the whole thing, except the core. Of course, you can't eat it, but like.
All right, we'll talk about this. We'll talk about that later.
We'll unpack that in a later section.
We'll unpack that later.
So, dude, that was one heck of a game. And I watched this, and Chris didn't, which makes me a better fan than him. So I'm going to talk about this one.
Yeah, because he watched any other game.
No, it's not the time. So it started off being the game I thought it would be, which wasn't close.
Which is us losing.
We were down 11 points.
In like the first few minutes.
Yeah, and Jay Billis was there to witness it, which is just even more sad.
Stupid Jay Billis.
Jay Billis shows up. He's in one of our Instagram posts. He's commentating this game in Nashville, which I thought was surprising. They brought Jay Billis to Memorial for the Kentucky game? That's crazy. Scottie Pippen Sr. was there. The one game we're not allowed to go to, and Scottie Pippen's there?
Oh, we'll talk about why we can't go to things in a second. We're going to slander Vanderbilt. That's not the point.
I'm going to defend Vanderbilt. You can slander them all you want, bro. Rightfully so.
Not the basketball team, but like the school.
Yeah, exactly. So then we go on an 11-0 run. We score 11 straight points on Kentucky, a good team, and it's tied, I think, at 22. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I'm like, yo, Chris,
there's hope.
This is insane. I can't believe this. Sheboy's playing really well for Kentucky, but we just score and score.
Sheboy crazy.
He's insane. He's a nut. I don't know about his pro talent for long term. I don't really.
He's
believe
huge.
In him.
He's huge, strong, and fast.
I just don't know how applicable his game is to the next level. But that's really not what we're here for. But I'll argue about that, man. I don't believe in him. He's really good. He's a second-round talent that's going to be around the league for a long time, but I don't think he's that guy. Player of the year, yeah. He's good, and he played well. He hit, like, every single shot he took from the mid-range, which was surprising to me. Got to the free throw line really well. Obviously, played the ball within the paint really well.
He's a great defender.
Rebounded really well. Defended well.
I don't know how that's not applicable to the pros, but that's okay.
It's just different. His game's interesting. They're not leaning towards guys like that anymore.
I mean, I guess it is more of a guard league, but anyway.
Yeah, you want your centers to be like guards. But in this weird today league, that's why Drew Timme is not going anywhere. Poor kid.
Apart from the fact he's like not athletic. Drew Timme is not a super athletic dude.
He can get the ball up the court though.
Yeah, but he's
better than half the like centers of the past decade.
Yeah, but he's like small for a center as well.
He's a 4, which is not in his favor.
No.
Have to play 3. This is really
yeah.
It's a tough. It's tough for a player. It's hard
named
out there.
Drew.
It's hard out there. A player named Drew.
Anyway,
Anthony's friends with his mom. Megan. So
It's cracking my knuckle. Okay. Anyway, continue.
So then they went on a 12-0 run. They, as in Kentucky.
They answered our 11-0 run with a 12-0
So we're down 12.
We're actually in the net -1 after we were already losing.
It's tough. So we're down 1 more than we were, which was 11. So now we're down 12. And then we scored, and it kind of was even up until the half. Went into halftime. Nothing really changed in the second half for a while. It was a consistent maybe 12-point game. Got up to like 15. Kind of, fought well until Kentucky kind of went on a nice run. It was like a 28-point game, which was horrible. I was beside myself. We ended the game on like an 18-0 run. They didn't score in the last 6 minutes. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
6 minutes. A Kentucky team who wants to win the national championship can't put up a point in the last 6 minutes of a ball game at Vanderbilt with no students. That's nuts. Mm-hmm. I say that's just showing Kentucky's a weird team, and I don't think they have it in them.
They're streaky, but if they can get to where they are on all the time, they can win.
Easy. But
they were on the entire game versus Tennessee.
Shoot, that was a horrible game.
It was an awful game. That was a terrible game.
Take that out.
Yeah, we have to take that huge.
But I think that shows a bit in Vanderbilt, man. Because we're down 28 points. We just want to go home at that point. No, we balled out. We put up 18 straight. It was like a 12-point, 10-point game to finish it. Yeah, you wouldn't think that. Jay Billis is up like
12.
Jay Billis is like, that is not how you want to end the game for Kentucky. That's horrible. Slandering Kentucky. And I'm like, way to go, Jay Billis. He watched our Instagram story. So
let's go.
I have expressed my discontent in Jay Billis. I don't like him. But if he's talking good about us, one thing I will say, in addition about that game, two things actually. One, John Calipari gave the best post-game interview I've ever seen.
What did he do?
He was up there talking for like 5 minutes about real basketball stuff. Talking about the way they prepare and the guys, a couple dudes' progression. I can't remember who specifically they were, Kentucky players. And talking about strategies and giving away real things that it's like, I don't know if he should be saying that, but it was a great interview. So like, it's really surprised me. And secondly, most importantly, there's a specific instance in the game I remember. Studi hits a deep three. And the commentators are like, and a three by Studi. And then Kentucky comes down the court, hits a three. Oh, and a three-pointer for Kentucky. We come down the court, do it again. Deep three, equally as deep as the time Kentucky just made it and the time we just made it. And they're like, and Vanderbilt comes with a three of their own. And I'm like, Jay Billis, we just did what they did twice. And you don't care? We're on a run right now. That was when we started coming back. I was confused, and I was like, "This is just not great."
We're a small market.
We don't get the talk in our own arena. That's what's interesting to me. Stackhouse is right there. Scottie Pippen is maybe 45 feet from you, Jay Billis, and you can't act a little excited for Vanderbilt.
No, probably not.
That's Jay Billis's hubris. No, that's his fatal flaw. I don't know why I said hubris.
Well, hubris is a fatal flaw. It's his pride. That's what you said.
Yes, but that's not right. Quite what I meant. He talks big. That's a lot of issue with sports nowadays. We're not going to get a bunch of talk, a bunch of play, even some certain recruits or AP poll votes because we're a small team like this. We're Vanderbilt. We're not a blue blood like Kentucky. And it even took somebody that I easily think of, just to use an example, Gonzaga, when they were starting to be good 20 years ago. It took them like a good 10 years to get any sort of recognition. The first time they were ever preseason number one was this year, actually.
Really?
Yeah. And they've been in the Sweet 16 for like 16 straight years. It takes so much work for
a small market
team like Gonzaga was and like Vanderbilt is now.
In basketball.
Yeah. I think even more so in football, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, but
to get to a level where they have more respect, I think it's going to be one heck of a road to get where we're going. But I think we can do it.
It's hard for a small market team to have that respect.
To progress.
Also, real quick on ranking, did you see where Georgia at one point got like a bunch of votes for being top 25? And do you know why it happened?
They were ranked. Some dude, I can't remember his name, and I'm not going to say his name. Nah, I hate that guy. He is a writer for some thing in Kansas, I think, and he's an AP poll voter. And he mistakenly put the Georgia Bulldogs as the number 4 team in the nation when he meant to vote for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. So when you look at the voters, you're like, okay, these are all reasonable. Whoa, this dude voted for Georgia to be number 4, and he's like, I meant Gonzaga.
But he already submitted. And
but so it's too late. So it's like, dang, Georgia just got so many votes.
Yeah, it'd be like Georgia, others who received votes, and Georgia's like 22, like, and we're like, hold on.
No, wait just a minute.
And speaking of Georgia's the team we played next.
True that. Aaron Cook.
We were down at the half to a terrible Georgia team.
Yeah, we were kind of getting killed.
But then we outscored them by 15 in the second half. We ended up winning by 7. So
that was in Georgia.
Yes, it was in Georgia.
It was at the whatever pavilion. I can't remember what it's called.
I don't know what it's called. So then finally, our most recent game was versus Tennessee. They were ranked number 24 at the time. They'd just come off a really terrible loss to Kentucky.
I thought if we were going to beat anybody, it was going to be right then.
Yeah, it was
be honest with you, I had no hope.
It was 60-60 with like 2 minutes left.
I forgot about that. We watched that like 2 nights ago.
Yeah, and Tennessee scored the last 8 points, and it was 68-60 in the game. So we were right there. We've been right there on beating a few top 25 teams. Or like borderline top 25
like quad one teams.
Yeah.
Good teams.
So like you can see some progress in terms of Vanderbilt basketball. I think we're...
Yeah, how many wins did we get last year?
I don't know.
Neither do I. I think it was like 4.
We're right now 9th in the SEC.
Which is not great, but I feel like
no, but also the SEC is top heavy. Well, it's not. The SEC is immensely talented.
Like a 7-bid team this year.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
There's what?
It's nuts.
Auburn, Tennessee, Kentucky,
Alabama.
Is Texas A&M up there? I don't know if they're good.
Texas, are they?
No, they're in
Arkansas. I think they're a tournament team. Maybe.
There's a lot of good.
Florida's a tournament team.
We play Florida next, but Florida.
LSU.
Oh, and LSU's a good team.
I don't understand LSU. They lose weird games.
Yeah. Anyway, but so we play just as like a little forecasting thing.
Forecasting, like the weather.
Yeah, Vanderbilt are the
cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Cloudy with a chance of Florida Gators. Dumb. But we have 2 games before you'll see us again, and it is against Florida and South Carolina. I would love to win both of those games. I think what will most likely happen is we'll lose against Florida. Not because I think we're too much of a worse team than them, because they're also 9th. We're tied with them for 9th in the SEC.
Florida, I don't know if they're a great team.
But I think it'll be close. I'd like to beat them, but I don't think we will because it's in Gainesville.
It'd be a nice win, though, man.
It would be a nice win.
Play down there and win, that'd be crazy.
And then we play South Carolina again, and we just severely outplayed them before.
That's a home game, too, isn't it?
No, I believe it's away.
Doesn't matter. Carolina sucks.
Yeah.
Both of them. Just as states.
Yeah, just... Anyway.
Garbo.
And so I think that if I were a betting man, and
we were gambling,
if we were sports gamblers, which that may be a segment later, I would say we're going to lose to Florida. But if it's a large spread, I think we cover it, and then I think we'll beat South Carolina, even though I don't think we'll be favored to beat South Carolina.
Yeah, I think we'll win.
So
I'd have to agree with those.
The only thing I worry about with Florida is their best player is like some dude named Castleton, who's this really imagine Chet Holmgren, but like scale him out a little bit and remove all the skill.
What?
He's like a stockier dude, but like he's not like as good as Chet is already, even though he's been playing in the NCAA for like 8 years.
You just said, hold on.
I said scale him out, but remove all the skill.
Yes, I'm stuck on that. You couldn't have said, yeah, he's like this, 7-foot tall big man.
Really white.
His game. Is that why you said
yes,
Chet?
He's really white.
You could have said like Edie, except scaled down.
No, but Edie isn't like super. Isn't he like?
He's pale.
Yeah, but he's like not fully white, isn't he?
Maybe I'm thinking of their other. They have like 3 big men at Purdue.
Purdue is weird. Anyway, but the thing is like I don't know who's gonna guard Castleton because Q is very hit or miss with defense, and I
think he's progressed this season.
Yeah, of course, but he's still kind of hit or miss. We haven't got that one guy like last name Collins back from injury yet.
Yeah,
who would be good. And then who else even could play? Jermaine Mann?
Taryn?
No, it's
Frank.
It's just anyway. That might be a bad matchup.
It'll be interesting for sure.
Yeah, but so with that being said, let's go to women's basketball. Yeah,
hold on, I'm looking up this white. Look at him.
Yeah, he's definitely not.
Wow. He's non-white.
No, he's not white.
He
might be. I don't know. Anyway,
he looked like. Yeah, Edie. That's a cool name.
Yeah,
I like that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Tallest player in Big Ten. He's Canadian. Weirdo.
Dang Canadians.
Weirdo. Man, that's why he doesn't win. It's from Canada. Purdue has some losses. Bums. So, now that we're done with the men's basketball, let's move on to the women's basketball.
Which is where we have our favorite segment.
The Cheeseman segment. So, we have played 7 games. I just can't count because I'm an idiot, simply. This is why I'm a Peabody.
Willem's full arc.
My full arc. We're here. We're in the trough. I'm going to be an absolute genius for like 5 minutes to make up for this eventually.
Okay, go.
We're going to get back and I'm going to know everything. Okay. The first game of the 7-game series that we have missed. We're sorry for that, but really, we're not. There's nothing we can.
Not even a little bit.
Not even sort of. I don't even know who you are. So we beat Presbyterian. So
the Presbyterian Blue Hose?
What the heck? It's spelled HOSE like a fire hose?
I think it's like the Red Sox.
No way.
Yeah, that's definitely what that is.
Really?
Yeah. It's like isn't hose like another word for like some sort of undergarment?
I don't know, man. I'm not Presbyterian, so I wouldn't really know.
You ever seen the movie Avatar? Like not the Last Airbender, but the blue people?
No, but I just recently figured out what it's about, and it sounds so much better than I imagined.
Yeah, but it's it's the Blue Hose.
That's so funny. So we beat the Avatar team 81-57. It was horrible. It wasn't even sort of close because they don't know how to play basketball, apparently.
No.
So, we had some fairly balanced scoring. Not really. Brene Alexander, in all of her glory, scored 21 points that game.
She's a goat.
Great.
She's raw.
So we're going to have 2 point counts here, okay? I'm going to point out 2 players every game. One of them is Cheeseman, of course, and the other one is going to be Ayanna Moore.
Okay, why Ayanna Moore?
You'll see in a second. So, first game, Ayanna Moore put up 10 points. Cheeseman put up 0 in 6 minutes. She missed 1 field goal, got a defensive rebound, and a steal.
Let's go. So, racking up the numbers.
Yeah, considered she just plays probably garbage time.
Yeah.
It doesn't, she's doing her thing, and I respect it.
Yeah.
Props to you, Cheeseman. Ayanna Moore, in 27 minutes, she shot 3 for 8, 6 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals. So she did well that game.
Yeah.
In a big dub. So we're moving on now to St. Joseph's.
The Hawks.
They're the Hawks, right? My favorite thing in sports, one of the things I enjoy, is when they turn their mascot feminine for the women's sports.
Oh, yeah.
So there's I can't think of an example right now.
I know what you're talking about, though.
But that, it's cool to me that it's like that. But so we beat the Hawks 64-45.
Great defense, under 50 points.
Yeah, we beat them in the fourth quarter 20-10.
They scored under a point a minute because there's 48.
They put up 7 points in the first quarter.
Man, L.
Yeah, that's just they're 4-7.
They're just bad at the game of basketball.
They're just bad at the game of basketball.
They're probably bad at life too.
Sorry, pal. You're the St. Joe's.
Moving on.
What can I say? Box score real quick. We have nothing else to say about these Hawks.
Yeah. Cheeseman and Ayanna Moore.
So Brynn Alexander put up another 18, just to point that out, because she's a goat.
She's absolute goated.
Insane. Cheeseman in 5 minutes had no points, but she had a rebound, so that's tight.
There it is, Cheese.
And then Ayanna Moore in 28 minutes shot 6 for 11, which is nice. She had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and 16 points.
Are you going to tell me why you're doing Ayanna Moore at the end?
You'll see in a second.
Okay.
Ayanna with a Y.
Oh, Ayanna.
Ayanna.
Ayanna?
Ayanna. Iyanna. Ayanna Moore. Remember the name. It's 10% luck.
Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. I'm begging.
So, good lord.
Oh my God. Here. We played the Alabama State Lady Hornets, who before were 2-8 and 0-8 on away, and we beat them 94-42.
I can't believe this.
If we didn't play the second half, we would still have more points than them.
Good grief.
If we just played
absurd.
defense. Yeah, oh my God. We doubled their point count when they had 42 and 0.
That's insane.
Otherwise known as we beat the heck out of them.
So they shot 34% from the field, 16% from the 3. That's not even that bad.
I mean, the 3 is
shots
bad.
up apparently.
Yeah, apparently we just...
But gosh, dang, that's insane.
What were our shooting splits?
Let me go back to the game cast. We shot 44% from the field, 54% from beyond the arc.
Oh, so they just can't guard the perimeter.
No.
And we were just knocked down.
They suck.
They're terrible.
Wow, the Alabama State Lady Hornets.
The Alabama State Lady Losers.
On, baby. Okay, so their leading scorer had 11 off the bench. They're so bad. Okay. We started Ayanna Moore because Bella LaChance had been starting and only been getting like 7 or 14 minutes a game, which is weird for a starter when you give Ayanna Moore 28 minutes off the bench. So we finally started her. And she put up 32 points. She shot 21 shots, made 11 of them. Right. 9 of 12 3-point shooting. She set a record.
She's knocked down.
Never made 9 threes in a game.
That's 18 points.
That's so many.
That's 27 points by itself.
No way you just said 18. That's insane, right? She also had 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal.
She almost scored half.
She's incredible.
But how many points did you say she scored?
32.
She almost outscored
Alabama State
by herself.
Okay, her and Brene Alexander put up 52 points.
10. They would have beaten them by 10.
Just the two of them. Just the two of us. To quote Grover Cleveland.
Or Will Smith.
I like the Will Smith version. It's really
good.
Cheeseman put up 6 points. A block, a steal, an assist, and 3 rebounds.
That's got to be her season high.
2 for 4 3-point shots. Cheeseman!
Let's go, Cheese.
In 18 minutes. She's putting in.
They're probably beating them so bad they started putting the bench in.
They're like, okay. Sasha Washington played. She's a freshman.
I bet Cheese was feeling so good after this game. She was sitting here, she's like, man, maybe my shot is silky.
Maybe I should get that Cheddar's deal.
It's pending.
Patent pending. The patent pending Cheeseman meal at any participating location.
You know what I'm here for.
Then we entered SEC play.
SEC.
Big game. The men played Arkansas. The females played Arkansas. The men beat Arkansas. The women beat Arkansas.
Oh my god, it's a dub.
It's 2 of them.
That's gonna be a thumbnail.
So we beat them 54-51. That's a good game.
Yeah.
We consistently led. It got close in the end, but we took a dub because we're simply built we're like that.
We're just better.
Simply put, we're like that. We're like that.
I try to tell.
I'm trying to tell y'all. So if we look at the box score here, we shot better than them, except 3 points we only made 22% of.
Man, so that means we played bad and we still beat them.
Yeah.
Garbage.
So, see, Bella LaChance played 4 minutes. Why? Why is that necessary?
I don't know.
I don't like. It's got to be some weird.
Is she like getting early fouls?
No, she had no fouls. She had not a single
foul.
Not a single thing in all of the box score.
She was only there for 4 minutes.
Yeah. What? Why?
I don't know.
I'm confused as to why she's not getting more minutes. Cheeseman didn't play this game, but you know who did? Ayanna Moore.
Okay. She
didn't touch the ball as much. She made 2 of 6 of her shots, 8 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal and a block. So, a tight game, a low-scoring game. She puts in. She puts in. Start Ayanna Moore again. That's all I want to say.
Ayanna Moore.
Simply. Because we got nice starters, man. Put in Ayanna Moore there. We're a solid team.
All right, so we beat Arkansas.
Twice.
We beat Arkansas.
Bums. If my computer would load, that'd be super, super cool, man.
Well, those were the only games we have.
Now we just look at the white screen until it pulls itself together. This is against Mississippi State. I don't remember what happened.
Here, well...
Y'all see this? Do you see that?
I do.
Interesting. Let's see if the Tennessee game loaded.
I know
the Lady Volunteers have a different logo than the regular ones.
Yeah, they do.
So we skipped. We'll come back to Mississippi State. We lost to Mississippi State. Yes, true. I do remember that much. And then we proceeded to lose to Tennessee as well.
Tennessee's a top 5 team.
Tennessee's number 5. They're good. We lost to them 65-51.
The most prestigious women's basketball organization
ever. They're incredible. They're so good. Pat Summitt. May she rest in peace.
May she rest in peace. You conjugated it.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
About that.
So, who started?
Honorarily Arabi. Bella LaChance, 1 minute again. That's insane.
1 minute.
So, you said what?
I said 1 minute.
I thought you said woman, and I was like, what?
What?
So, I got him more. 34 minutes, 5 of 20. That's not great. 16 points, though.
I'm 25%.
She is really...
She is not afraid to shoot the ball.
No, that's respect, man.
Yeah.
She's young, too. I think she's a freshman. Shoot or shoot. What do shooters do?
Shoot.
They shoot, simply.
All right, so we lost that game.
She is a guard. She's a freshman. She's from Murfreesboro.
Oh, cool.
Wow, cool. 12 points a game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists on 38% shooting as a freshman. Getting 30 minutes a game, that's nice.
Yeah. And we also lost to LSU.
Then we lost to LSU, the 12 team in the nation. They shot way better than us within the arc.
They were just a better team that day.
They just played better than us,
Probably most days.
Yeah, they're nice, man. It fell apart here if you can see the game cast in the second quarter and then in the second half and the whole game, really. It was 82-64. Not very great. Let's look at the box score just for the heck of it. I'm looking for some cheese action. So, that moment is when the camera stopped recording and the last couple minutes of the podcast wasn't saved. But the gist is women's basketball team's on a 3-game losing streak. Ayanna Moore is on a tear. She's absolutely doing really well.
And Willem's in the cheese action.
Oh, no way.
That's what's the takeaway from this episode.
Immediately after the camera stopped recording, he said, "What did you just say?"
Like it was
about the cheese action. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. And then we gave our little exit thing of being like, "Hey, we really appreciate you guys. Thank you for taking the time out of your day, inviting us into your ears."
That's what he said. He said that.
That's exactly what I said. So, we really appreciate you guys, and we're looking to do more cool stuff in the future for you guys. We're always thinking of new segments and stuff.
Yeah, our future episodes will not come with these snafus. We've learned our lesson.
Yeah, you live and you learn, and it is what it is.
And we learned. And so, with that being said, we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye, guys.
See you.